What's going on, guys? Vulkan here, and today we have some big news for Lost Ark. So today they dropped the May update reveal, Destined for Destruction. This one comes with some massive things to the game, including a new class, a new raid, a new rarity, so some new gear to chase after, as well as some new things to do in South Vern. So what we're going to do is break down everything coming in May. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll through the introductory thing because that doesn't really matter. So we're getting the first Legion raid, Vultan normal and hard modes. So Vultan is gonna be the first Legion raid in the Western version of Lost Ark. Now, Legion raids are the top tier content for Lost Ark. It's the hardest content out there. It's basically like, you know, typical MMO raids, but on steroids. I mean, if you haven't looked at it, look at like Saintone's videos breaking down Legion raids. It is insane the amount of mechanics and difficulty and like precision, positioning, and all of those things that go into this. So if you're someone who really likes that type of stuff, this is going to be a perfect one to jump into. Now, Legion raids have had a little bit of a delay to them, right? Because Argos came out and people were really upset that Argos came out so soon. Only 1% of the population at the time could actually do it. People felt like this was Amazon and Smilegate's kind of big opportunity to push the shop and make you spend money for upgrade materials. That way you could increase, like, you know, your gear score and all of those things. And it just wasn't a good look. I understand why they did it. They wanted to add some more stuff for people to chase after, but it was very much misinterpreted. The communication was very poor. So they ended up pushing Legion raids way back. They were supposed to come, I think, a couple months ago, but they pushed them way back, and now we're getting our first one in Vultan. Now, Vultan is an 8-player raid, has 2 gates, and introduces a swath of new mechanics. Remember what I talked about just a few seconds ago, Saintone doing that video on, hey, here's everything that this thing is going to have mechanics-wise, and it is just unreal to look at. Players will need to be item level 415 to attempt normal, 1445 for hard, and it's going to introduce Relic Gears. So Relic Gear can be crafted from materials earned in the raid, and it provides more impactful armor and weapon bonuses, along with bigger stat bonuses and more engraving nodes on accessories. So basically, this is the tippity top gear to chase after, right? If you want to truly min-max and fine-tune your build, everything like that, Relic Gear is what you need to kind of shoot for and go after. Then we have the Deskaluda Guardian raid here. So Guardians, as you know, they've been a core thing since the launch of the Western version of Lost Ark. This is just adding an additional one out here. So again, you have to be 1450 to attempt. We saw this individual here during the story, so back in action. As with other Guardian raids, you can attempt to vanquish Deskaluda alone, with a party, or matchmake with 3 other heroes. And similar to the rewards in Vultan Legion raid, you'll have a chance to earn relic quality accessories from defeating Deskaluda. So this is going to kind of be a new 2-pronged thing for the tippity top end players to go after, right? Clear Deskaluda and then try to go through and clear Vultan in order to get those very important and powerful pieces of relic gear. Then we have the big centerpiece to this whole update, the Destroyer Advanced class. Now, this was one that a lot of people were really excited for, right? You have the Glavier last month, you have the Destroyer this month, and people are pretty excited. So if you're a person who loves like berserkers, big meaty hammers, liking to smash everything and just ask no questions and just destroy stuff, obviously the Destroyer is what you want to go for. So this is the hammer wielding class. You have a variety of skills centered around charging into the heart of the fray. Their hammer attacks are so catastrophically crushing that destroyers can bend gravity to their will, slowing, launching, pushing, and pulling enemies. Whatever it takes to utterly, beyond a shadow of a doubt, destroy them, which is very hardcore. So you have massive stagger damage. The Destroyer is a welcome addition to any party attempting to vanquish powerful foes. And this is going to be a warrior class, so it's going to go along the Berserker, Paladin, and Gun Lancer. So again, Berserker, or Destroyer rather, is coming to Lost Ark. And I know a lot of people are going to be really excited. This was one I didn't get to play on in the Russian version. And with the new VPN stuff going on, I don't even know if I can log into the Russian version anymore to even test it out or try it ahead of time. So unfortunately, they made that decision. I did that with the Glavier. I was planning on doing it with the Destroyer, but hadn't gotten around to it. And now it looks like I lost my chance. So we have some additional May content coming. Okay, so new Challenge Guardian raids. So they're going to add a new weekly activity for players looking for a challenge. So you can attempt to defeat 3 Challenge Guardians. Every Guardian has their own required item level to enter, and each week one Guardian will rotate out, replaced by a different one. Challenge Guardian raids will apply scale of balance so that your character's item level will be adjusted appropriately to that of the enemy. Additionally, players cannot use Battle Workshop in the raid region. However, with increased challenge comes increased rewards. Rewards for each Challenge Guardian defeated can be attained once per roster per week, and offer more diverse rewards than normal Guardian raids. So the overall kind of theme of this month's reveal and this month's update is challenging content. We have the new Deskaluda, we have the new Valtan Raid, and now we have Challenge Guardian raids. So for those people who are really looking for difficult content to conquer, I think this is going to be a perfect update for you guys. But for those who don't want that, it looks like we also have some other stuff. We have new quests and open world activities that we can do out in South Vern. So we have things like Chaos Lion Hard Mode, Thunderwings Field Boss, the South Vern Chaos Gate, South Vern Ghost Ship, South Vern Chaos Dungeons. All of these things are going to be arriving with this update, and this is actually going to give South Vern things to do. Because when they first launched it, it was like, yay, here's a new continent, but there isn't really a ton of stuff to do out there right now other than just go through it. So luckily now we'll have access to a bunch of stuff that we can go do, and that's going to help encourage people to actually pursue South Vern. Because I gotta say, South Vern was definitely at the bottom of my list of things to do during the Glavier update, because I wanted to spend more time leveling up my Glavier. There wasn't anything to do in South Vern up until this point. Now we actually have a reason to get out there. Next, we have Wild Wings Island. So Buffalo Wild Wings Island. Arkesia is a vast land filled with a myriad of menacing and sometimes less menacing threats. We have the crispy golden chickings. They're going to raid the island. Players will turn into a chicken or beer to battle the chicken boss, turn event coins. The quicker you can defeat waves of enemies, the quicker more chickens appear and the more coins you can earn. Wild Wings Island is a new event island where players can participate in co-op quests or join solo. So just kind of a lighthearted, fun thing to do, sort of like the Mario Kart event that we had early on. Finally, we're getting new guild activities. This was something I was really hoping would be there for launch, but it turns out it wasn't. And now we're actually going to have access to some of these things. So while being in a guild has been helpful for finding raid groups and providing benefits like the shop, we finally are getting guild things to do, gathering up with people, right? I'm so excited. So we have Island Siege, which is PvP guild activity. You're going to battle other guilds in PvP combat. Really, if this is your kind of thing and you don't like arena, this is more of like a battleground style deal, right? You can earn gems, accessories, ability stones, more. If you're not a huge fan of PvP, you can also do raid match. So you're going to enter a base with your guild and challenge the powerful Simiel Devourer. Once summoned, you have a limited time event to cooperate with your guild and quickly destroy the Devourer. The faster you kill, the more you move up in the guild rankings. So this is more PvE, right? You go through, you're fighting a boss. The quicker you kill the boss, the higher you move up in guild rankings, the better rewards you get. Versus Island Siege, which is all the way about fighting other guilds in PvP combat. So I like the way they have 2 of each, right? Guild versus guild doesn't always have to be a head-on deathmatch. Now they talk about if you're not in a guild, you can do searching. We have some new skins coming to the game. Very Sims-esque. That's what I feel like it looks like. It's just straight up Sims. So Neria's Wardrobe is a limited time skin shop that sells individual skins and will be around for roughly a month. So you can buy individual items for your character, such as snapback hats, t-shirt, jeans, fit and flare dresses, and more. Your character will be modeling in modern fashion while fighting epic bosses. Completely immersion breaking, but if that's something you're into, you can buy it. Now we have a couple other things that we need to talk about before we wrap this thing up. So May introduced some quality of life changes. This was a big one for me. Front and back attack indicators, understanding where that threshold is, where those areas are, and how you can constantly be there, right? So this is something that I really like. The ability to check daily and weekly content participation and new menu, UI updates, and improved party finder and party invites. updated loot dismantling, convenience features for market and auction houses, and a few new fun features like being able to randomly summon favorite mounts and new hairstyles for customization. I'm curious what these are, the UI updates. Once that kind of patch notes drops, we'll talk about that. I'm curious what this new menu is, and I'm curious what the convenience features for market and auction house is. Because I gotta say, the market and auction house is okay as is, but there's some just kind of weird design decisions there, and I'm just not entirely sure why they made those, so we'll see if those get changed. Then we have balance tuning and updates. Okay, so here they're doing a recent rework on the Destroyer class, right? They're wanting to make him more powerful, perfectly fine. Smilegate recently released a balance patch on many of the advanced classes to tune, update, and further define these classes' roles on the battlefield. So they're going to provide more specifics for players unfamiliar with these changes in the release notes, but you can look forward to these coming to Arkesia. So basically, if I'm correct, this is going to be a kind of balancing patch for Igniter Sork, for Shadow Hunters, a lot of those kind of like top-end DPS classes. Those are going to get nerfed a little bit, and then the classes that are at the bottom of the, I'll say the totem pole when it comes to damage, are going to get brought up a little bit more. So honestly, guys, all in all, this looks like a fantastic patch. I mean, we have guild versus guild stuff coming in. We have challenging content with Vulkan, with Deskaluda, with the challenge guardian raids. We have some new quality of life stuff coming. We have skins. But the biggest thing I think that's going to help a lot of new players is just giving us a reason to go to South Vern as well. So these things, absolutely love. I feel like Lost Ark is kind of getting into a rhythm here, which is great. Up until this point, communication hasn't been great, and you've kind of seen a little bit of a rift between Smilegate and the things that they're trying to do, and then Amazon poorly executing some of the things that they're trying to do. So it's been kind of a disjointed ownership, I'll say, but this looks like they're kind of getting things a little bit more in line. Hopefully this is setting a tone for the future, because guys, Lost Ark's a fantastic game, and I know I've kind of deviated a little bit, but this is something that I've been constantly playing, so excited for this. Hopefully you guys are too. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Vulkan, and I'll talk to you guys next time.